Welcome to Retro Ranger. We repair vintage computers and video games. Let's explore the past together. Woo! Now let's get to work on this vintage beauty.
It's Jeff. I am back and we're going to finish up some of the restoration on this Tandy 1000 SL2. So I took a break. There's been some time that's passed, like a day, and I'm still wearing the same stinky shirt. So anyways, get over it. You're on camera. You can't smell me. What I've done, I went ahead and put together the rest of the machine like I was talking about. I did put in the extra screws on the rails to the 5-inch floppy. Oh, and changed around the jumpers on the floppies. So the 3 inches A, working great. This is B, and it's working great. Somebody had messed around with the jumpers and set them both to 0, DS0, and that was what was causing the problem when they were both lighting up. They both thought they were the same thing. Now, I already solved this problem, but I'll tell you what I ran into. So A was working fine. B was not showing up though, however. And I tried doing it. It would just say, can't find it, abort, fail, ignore type of thing. And what I understood was that it needed to have its settings updated in the computer. It does not have a BIOS screen, but you don't hit delete when you launch this thing or stuff like that. So the setup utility is on a disk. And so I spent a crud load of time downloading the original discs for the SL2, SL2, I think it was all the same thing, 2 discs that came with it originally. And I had to get those over to the right computer, which turned out to be a real pain in the backside because I was using my zip one, but I've got a new vintage computer and that didn't have the right drivers. I ended up putting the drivers on a CD-ROM. I put the Tandy files on a CD, all on the same CD, just threw it all over there and made myself images. So we're going to take a look at what comes with the images. And I was also trying to hook this up to my Checkmate monitor back there. I can't find the right cables. This is Checkmate will do VGA. This is older style, so I don't have that with me. And I still need to go look in storage and see if I can find the bezel. I'm guessing it's got one of the pieces broke, but I'll check and see. I'm pretty sure I have it though. So I'm back to displaying on this screen. So we're going to get some refresh rate, stuff like that, because I don't have fancy toys to do a screen grab off of these. But let's get her booted up first. I started doing some deep cleaning on things as well too. Computer is super nice and clean now. No major blemishes. There's a little scratch over here on the side, but otherwise she looks great. I did a whole service on the keyboard. And I've got both this Tandy Enhanced keyboard, and I've got the original one that comes with the 1000 series. It's a smaller one. And I did a lot more research on this thing because I didn't know exactly what was going on. So this is built into a ROM. And it wants to store everything on floppy disk, which is why it's going to hit floppy disk all the time. But you can set this up, and we'll show this in settings. You can set this up if you don't want it to load up every single time or not. So this C has 0 bytes free because it's just a ROM file, and it comes with just these couple of commands for DOS. So as you can see, we're running DOS version 3.3. Let's first let's see, I've got got set up disk 1 in B. So let's take a look at what we've got in here, because there's some unusual things that I noticed at least that aren't part of some of the normal stuff. Obviously the big one here, setup cell. So that's really the main different one on here. You've got basic A, all the normal kinds of stuff. Graphics is an addition 1. And this was interesting. It allows you to do a screen dump, and you can do compatible PC printers. You can do various of the Tandy ones, things like that. Mode allows you to switch speeds, I believe, fast and slow. Let's run up setup SL, and let me show you. So when I ran this the first time, it fixed the drives automatically. It just loaded up and said, oh, you've got a problem. I'm going to reset drive A and drive B. A 3.5, B 5. I don't know how it knew all this stuff, but it just said, yep, do you want to do it? And once I did that, now both drives work perfectly. it saved it in memory on stuff. But, go through some of the settings. You got video display, so you can do color monochrome, automatic prompt for date or time. So if we want to set that every time, memory diagnostics, primary startup is set to ROM, but we could make it disk if we want it to go down here or something like that. And initial setup program. So you could tell it just to run into DOS or into Checkmate. Right now it's our DeskMate. Right now it's doing DeskMate. CPU speed is set to fast. And then you got buffers, open files, check for config sys on drive. I don't know. And auto exec, maybe that tries to load them off a floppy drive since you can't save to the ROM. Would make sense on that. And disk drive designation, again, I'm not quite sure. You got reset to factory defaults, and there I just hit escape out, and so it noted that the EEPROM was not updated, right? I didn't make any changes to that. So very handy. Got to have this disk or you're getting nowhere with stuff. Then on disk 2, I can't remember. We're going to look at that. Try to remember. There is one on here called cPanel that I'm not familiar with. I don't have a mouse hooked up to this right at the moment, but this does load the Microsoft mouse driver successfully. It just tells me it can't find a mouse. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. But there's a variety of other programs, mostly standard, but there are a couple of things in here that are unique apparently to this device. So second disk, let's get her tucked away in her protective sleeve. In college, I was teaching an adult evening class on basic computer skills. And back in the day, the 5-inch floppies, right? And I told the class to carefully, take it out of its sleeve and carefully insert it into the floppy disk. A little bit later, I had some lady yelling, hey, Mr. Moker, can you come over here? And I came over, and she had carefully removed the exterior protective shell and taken the actual floppy disk and shoved it in the drive and turned it on. And boy, did that take some time for me to open that sucker up and get that all fixed out. Since then, I kind of used different language when I was talking about stuff. Anyways, I've also got the same disk I put on 3-inch floppy disks, both low density drives, obviously XT based. So the other thing I started doing was looking, what games do I have? And I'm bummed. I should have some of the Sierra games because those are super my favorite kinds of stuff. Could not find them. I don't know where they are. I didn't have the boxes. They're in a case somewhere. Space Quest, Police Quest, Leisure Suit Larry. I mean, I had like this whole pile of them, 5-inch disc, but I couldn't find them. I was totally bummed because Sierra did a really good job of supporting the better sound and the better graphics of this nice device here. So anyways, I grabbed what I could. And so I'm going to show you just a little bit of what some of the things I found. I'm not going to drain this completely, but I'll show you what I've got. And then if I can go through and find some of those, I'm definitely going to do it. Probably the next thing to do in an upgrade on this is put in a hard drive. I like TechSelect, and they've got some great ISA drivers, and not drivers, but hardware. I'm pretty sure I have one around that I've not used and not set up, but that would be super fun to throw into here, little CompactFlash card, and actually getting a real hard drive going on this. So there's a bunch of them, bunch of games, Attack, and a bunch of others that they say they'll make installable floppy disks and it builds these disks and blah, 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 but too much of a hassle. I didn't mess with it. And it's under warranty. Nice graphics though, right? This is one of the advantages of the Tandy versus the IBMs at this time. So name a player. Oh, if I can type, let's go with Retro Ranger because I'm a dork. Anyways, fairly irritating. I don't care that it's under warranty. The stinking thing they say is that they got to order it. It may take 1 to 2 weeks. Right now, it's in the 90s around here in southern Missouri. And the only place we have AC is in this room. And we've got a mini split on the wall behind me here. Retro Ranger coming on strong, 3 strokes behind. Oh yeah, because I tried this earlier. So apparently it's loaded up my game for hole 16. But anyway, we got a lovely par 5. And I've got my pointer here where I can aim. So right now I'm kind of aimed at the trees. If I'd have been paying attention, I got no idea which way I want to go with this thing. Yeah, let's just leave it. We'll leave it. Up and down. Changes my, it's on a driver, really? I'm going to go with the 7. Let's see what we got here. I believe it's space, 100%, and I think I'm supposed to try to stop right around here. Let's see how that plays. Ooh, watch the water. Meh, 132 yards. Not bad. Anyways, we don't have to keep playing on this. We'll do another reboot. And it's kind of demoing the 5-inch drive, which I guess we've already done. I'll show you one other one. I love how fast the ROM boots up. Let's see. I think this will be just an absolute blast machine to get in the little hard drive and then start loading up tons of Sierra and other games like that. Like I said, the sound and graphics for this date when this came out. Let's see, probably, is it that? Anybody ever heard of this? Put a note in the comment if you've ever played this. Obviously not great graphics. We're on CGA graphics here, I can tell. And let's just do 1, I guess. Any key to load. All right, so this one may be less cool. I hadn't really tried a ton of them. Now this one's gonna be good too. I'll get a great time waster here. Enter your name, Jeff. And enter your system, Tandy. Keyboard, because I don't have a joystick plugged in. And little guys running around. Enter Sokoban. Right, play. We're going to go in our elevator. Yeah, somebody tell me if you've ever played this. I know nothing about this. I got play game. 1, 2. I don't know if these are save games. We'll do 1. Okay. I'm still not sure what's going on yet. Earlier, I did get this to load when I was just testing it out. Is it doing anything? Had some kind of overhead view. I think I was supposed to move blocks around. It almost looked like one of those kind of block games where you have like a little bit of a maze and you have to know how to push this one down this way and this one over here and get them to maybe someplace. I'm not exactly sure. Never played that in the day. But this game that I'm going to load up here. Oh, yeah. All right, we're going to go to A. And I believe oh, wait, no, B. Wrong drive. Yeah, baby, right? Definitely Tetris, right? Classic. I don't know how well it does, if it's enhanced for this. Turn up our little handy dandy volume button right up here. We got our mic and a headphone jack, reset button. See if we can move through this. Come on. Oh, that's interesting. It looked better. And I don't remember what rotates. Oh, wait, what's rotate? Well, anyways, I'm clearly sucking at this right at the moment. Well, that's kind of where we are with her. fun retro machine. Like I said multiple times, I think the next step is to throw in get a hard drive card in this through the ISA slot. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's not been crazy teardown. Didn't have to do a lot of repair, just a little configuration and stuff like that. But have a great day. Woo! We're out of here. All right. I'm Jeff. Have a great day. Bye-bye.